going on YouTube, and welcome back to Chasing Sunsets. Let's continue. If you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Let's get on with the story. We just went through Jay's phone while she's in the bathroom, and we're a little pissed. Did not like what we read. Let's see what happens. He was telling a story. Graduation party 7 years ago. Hello there, Alex. Are you alright, son? Hey, kid. We didn't think you were... Uh-oh. Alex, you made it, son. Buddy? What's wrong? Oh, boy. Alex! I turned off into the drive-thru and the dumb cop shot right past me. So I just ordered some tots and... Oh no. Hello? Am I boring you? There's somebody behind me, isn't there? Huh? Christian turns to face you, his face twisting into trademark smirk you've come to despise. Yo, Alex. Well, I was almost right. I guess you didn't lose, but didn't really win either. Does a title really mean anything if you didn't actually beat anyone for it? I'm not here to talk, Christian. The sound of your own voice sounds distant and emotionless to your ears. And I'm here because of what you did to my sister. Christian and Jay exchange bewildered looks. What are you talking about, son? Oh no. Your eyes never leave Christian as you answer James in a chilly monotone. Christian was here with Jay when Lakeland was forfeited. Alex, stop! Let's talk about this. As your parents look at you expectantly, Jay's eyes beg for your silence. This loser tried to have his way with Jay. She barely fought him off. What? Yeah. This guy would already be dead if it was me. Is it true, sweetie? I don't know. I'm okay. I handled it. That's not the point. That's the worst thing you could have said there, girl. You handled it? Christian glances around nervously. Dude, you are about to get fucked up. Look, we've already worked through this. I would never... Oh boy, what are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. At least he's barehanded. Sucker punch him, square up on him. Oof. Let's size this little twerp up first. Square up on him first. Jay trust +1. You raise your fist to signal that the conversation is over. So, it's gonna be like that? Now this is a party. Christian sizes you up and raises his fists with a sneer. Welcome to School of Hard Knocks, rich boy. Christian's left shoulder dips slightly, telegraphing his opening. You duck beneath the wild swing and piston your fist into his diaphragm. Oof. Oof. Exactly. He doubles over, breath escaping explosively with force of the impact. Oh god. Oh, his face. Achievement unlocked. White Knight. You grab the back of his head, pulling it down hard with a vicious upward knee. The room echoes with a sickening thud of bone on bone. Christian falls backwards at Jay's feet, struggling to remain conscious. Fuck. Ugh. James glares down at him, his face uncharacteristically grim. Get up. You're not welcome in our home, Christian. You're lucky you got off with a beating. I should be calling the cops. Call them. All these people just witnessed your son assault me. As James lowers his voice, it becomes cold and menacing. Oh, not the thing to say, man. What do you think a man in my resources would do to protect his family? Think long and hard about that before crossing our paths again. You better leave. Now. After Christian is escorted out, you turn to face your sister. You weren't sure what to expect, but it wasn't the naked rage you see in her eyes. Jay, he... Stop! Don't you say another fucking word. Her voice seethes with bitterness and rising fury. So, You thought you'd ride on in here and save the day. Is that it? You called Christian a loser, yet he was the one letting me make my own decisions tonight. He almost... I'm not done. Here's the thing. I've gotten really good at taking care of myself. You made sure of that. Sweetie, if Christian did those things... No, you stay out of this, Dad. This is between me and him. You wanted a son so bad, you never bothered to ask if I wanted a brother. And you, stay the fuck away from me, Alex. Further away, the better. Her heart skips a beat as you see the violence in her eyes. I don't need... There it is. You! Well, yo. What the... After a few moments, the tension in her body is spent, and her arm relaxes. The fire fades in her eyes. She doesn't resist as you gently lower her arm. With a pained expression, you bring your other hand up to cradle her clenched fist. Then, wordlessly, you release it and turn to depart. Oof. Yeah, it's, that's not good. Alex, wait! You cast an anguished glance at your mother as you stride towards the door. Tara hesitates a moment. I'll go after him. Make sure he's alright. Thank you. 2 hours later. Leave it to Alex to turn a party into a shit show. Mom and Dad did need to go after him. Tara's text said he's fine. But how did he find out what happened with Christian to begin with? That boy is a mystery. Well, she's topless in the shower. Definitely had to cut that out. I'll talk to him in the morning. If he feels the same way, maybe it's not too late. Yeah, in the shower, while she was naked, she's telling herself that he did exactly what she wanted him to do, and she still punished him for it, so she hates herself for that. And basically, she feels the same and wants to talk to him, just like our character was doing in the last episode. And if he doesn't, I could try to move on. Jade dries herself off and wraps herself in towels before returning to her room. At least Christian had the sense to not text. I half expected he'd push it. If Alex didn't kill him, Dad would. For all of his bragging about fighting, he didn't stand a chance against Alex. It's getting pretty late. Nobody's come back home yet. God, could that have been any hotter? He fucking caught my fist in midair without even blinking. As Jay slides her comforter aside, her wet towels fall to the floor. Welp. Jay does some fantasizing. You want to know about what? You gotta play it for yourself. Next, early morning. Guess that's everything. Tara has had plenty of time to get me to Logan International before a rush hour. My flight boards at 3:50 a.m. This is for the best, but Mom and Dad would never understand. Quiet now. If I wake them up, there'll be questions. I'll miss my window. God, they really love each other. Mom couldn't have found a better husband. Or a better father for me. Goodbye, Mom and Dad. I'll miss you. I love you both so much. Please forgive me for this. You leave an envelope on their dresser before retreating back to the hallway. Fuck, this is hard. You pause in front of Jay's door. Are you gonna do it? Out of habit, your hand reaches for the doorknob, but stops short. I love you too, sis. I always have. For you, I'll stay away. Take a deep breath, raged with emotion. Collecting yourself, you quietly slip out of the house for the last time. Man. After that night like that too, that's gotta be very straining, let's just say. Your emotions and nerves are probably just like shot. No shit. You just dropped a note and left? That's cold. I was 18, so my trust fund was accessible. I knew if I'd stayed, I'd be at Stanford in 2 months. I get the feeling there was more to this than avoiding college. Maybe getting old, but it sounds to me like you're leaving details out. Nothing important. Anyway, I followed through my original plan and went to Aspen first. I spent the summer there maintaining ski lifts. Lodging was free, and I loved the work. I stayed on that winter as a ski and snowboard instructor. James and Sarah wouldn't have taken this well. There were a few emotional phone calls, but by winter they were resigned to it. Jay never called, but I did get texts for a while. Angry at first, then pleading. Son, just leaving like that was a shitty thing to do regardless. I was pretty much on Team Alex until just now. I know, if I can go back and do it again differently, I would. Especially replying to my sister's messages. But I figured that if she wanted me gone, I was going to stay gone. Don't be an idiot. She said that in the heat of the moment. You can't honestly think she wanted you completely out of her life. Do I have to spell it out for you, Walter? I had to leave because I was in love with her. Pretty sure since we were kids. A stunned silence hangs between the two of you for a long moment. Your scotch is free, kid. Jesus. It was right in front of me this whole time. Seriously, man, how'd you not even catch on that? Like how? Have you even listened to the story? Yeah, well, Aspen wasn't big enough to keep my interest. I took a trip to Belize with some girls when the ski season was over. That's when I caught the itch. The itch? The itch to travel and see new things. A trust fund in the hands of an impulsive teenager. Sounds like a recipe for disaster. Oh, it was. Oh, okay. Honduras, 6 years ago. Jesus, it's hot tonight. At least they kept the beer cold. Cheap too. I gave Miguel 23 hours ago, and they just keep coming. Cerveza, bravo. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to speak Spanish. What do we have here? A Canadian? No, American. I avoid labels. I'm just a guy enjoying a cool beer and a hot evening. An attractive young woman sits across from you and looks you over. You know, I have a cold cerveza at my place too. No shortage here either. Oh, you had something else in mind? You have no idea. This place is so dusty. Her Spanish accent is pretty heavy, but her English is on point. Tempting. But Miguel would miss me. We just had a breakthrough in therapy. The bartender? I don't understand. Enough about him. Let's get out of here. It's such a short walk to paradise. I'm not often so forward, but I'm not even gonna try to say that. Wait, what? Is that your boyfriend behind you, lady? He looks muy upset. Oh boy. The woman shoots a venomous glaze at the newcomer, but does as she is told. Bye. If she's your girl, you didn't have to worry about anything, amigo. Either way, thanks for saving me the trouble. The man raises an inquisitive eyebrow. She wasn't my type. No redheads around here. They should put that right on the brochure. The large man sits in the chair the woman just vacated and looks at you intently. You're making me a little nervous, friend. Kinda makes me rethink the whole Han Solo shooting first thing. What? Never mind. This reminds me of someone I used to know. You should be more careful. That woman was scouting you to see if you were worth kidnapping or not. How do you know that? Do women offer their bodies before their names where you come from? Well, no, not usually. The stranger's accent was difficult to place, but it wasn't local. Jesus, this guy looks like a Terminator. If he wanted to wreck my day, he'd have already done it. Speaking of names, David. Just David? Just David. Alex. Huh. So, why the concern for a stranger's welfare, David? I almost kept walking, but it reminded me of someone I used to know. I didn't know at the time, but it was the beginning of a brotherhood. My first best friend, since Jay. David had been an Israeli soldier who got captured in the Golan when he was younger. Wow, I can't even imagine what POWs go through. Clearly he was freed or escaped at some point. I don't know any details. He refused to talk about his captivity. All I know is that when he returned home, he wasn't a foot soldier anymore. He was inducted into Sayeret Mektal, IDF Special Forces. Humph. You could have had a worse wingman. Got that right. I guess something went sideways during one of his ops a couple years in. He left the service after that, and it was just chance that we crossed paths in Honduras. That butterfly effect again. What happened then? I think he saw a kindred spirit in me and took me under his wing. Up until then, I just been wandering randomly, finding excuses to avoid coming home. Now we wandered with purpose. What's the difference, Alex? It was like we were both checking boxes off our bucket lists. Walter, the places we saw. We touched the Great Pyramids. David must have been Mr. Popular in Egypt. Let's just say the man had an impressive collection of names and passports. We hiked the Great Wall of China. Surely not all of it. Enough of it. We camped at the foot of Kilimanjaro after kayaking up the Pangani River. I'm terrible with names, guys. I'm sorry. We saw elephants. Tuesday's lady nights here. Oh, wow. Wow, man. That's a little rude. We climbed K2, Walter. That's quite an itinerary. What's next? Antarctica? Oklahoma. Oh, that feels anticlimactic. We found things to do no matter where we ended up. Russian Federation 4 years ago. We're getting closer. Growing up in Boston, I didn't even think it was possible to see this many stars. That's all he does, eh? It's noon at home right now. James will be watching the game. How long has it been since I've relaxed and watched TV? Who needs TV? These stars are the only ones worth watching. I don't miss the stupid shows. I miss the family time. We always watched The Incredible Race together. Was it a stupid show? It was an interesting one. Small teams competing against each other. Foot races? Sometimes. Mostly it was just to complete a goal of some kind. Sounds like a stupid show. Maybe. Dad liked it because he said the team that always won was the one that worked best together. Like us, we're a good team. You can hunt, fight, cook, climb, and shoot with the best of them. And you have a trust fund. Yes, great team. Ouch. Hey, I picked up some skills. If you call writing in that book all the time a skill, writing a romance novel? No, I'm keeping up a log of the places we go and things we see. That would make a stupid show. I suppose it would. Speaking of skill, it is time for you to learn a new one. If this is your way of getting me to clean the fish, oh, you are too soft. What? I'm in the best shape of my life. You cannot fight. Worse, I believe you will try, even when you should run. Run? I'm no coward. You're not in Boston. There are no police here. In the real world, fights mostly end in death, or worse. It's almost always better to run, or avoid fighting entirely. Can't imagine you running from anything, David. I would run every time without shame, unless forced to choose otherwise. You would do well to do the same. And this is actually a good place to stop, because I have a feeling there's going to be some fight training coming up, or something of the sort, since he's bringing it up. So we'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, every single one of you. Hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.